What's up, guys? It's Greensboro Aviation. This is my second lesson here. I'll try to get this through kind of quickly. So we're doing the before start checklist here. We already did walk around and everything, and I got my audio recorder working, and it worked first try, which is fantastic. I'm using the same method, the same exact way I set it up. I showed you guys how to set up in my last video, and it works flawlessly. So yeah. So this is my lesson, and it was pretty turbulent, so I had a death grip, and so I didn't fly as well. 1, 2, it was turbulent, like I said, so it's kind of pushing me and my instructor around a little bit. And yeah, so I learned about a few things about myself, and I can improve stuff I can improve on, such as not having this death grip because I'm nervous and I'm partially stressed from the turbulence. Because last time I flew, I had a light grip on it, just using my index finger and my thumb, and I did fine. And I flew really well, really nicely, landed nicely and everything. This landing, not the best landing, but that was my fault. I transitioned into the flare a little bit early. It's not a flare, I know, it's kind of, but anyways, N648 stuff right there. But yeah, the transition was a little bit early, and so it'll be popped down kind of harder than we expected and bounced a little bit. But hey, you don't get a nice landing every day. So I was just kind of surprised that it wasn't as it was worse than my first landing. But yeah, it's kind of a rough lesson, but I did learn quite a few things, so I'm excited. And here you guys go. Enjoy.
Stats what? Okay, these are off. Okay. Lights as required. Strobes in position.
There you go.
Those are working.
Yep. And you don't need the position for day. You can turn those off.
Okay.
Your strobes on, so that's good.
Avionics Masters on.
Alright, for headsets.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Okay. God, be recording. All
okay,
right.
got me loud and clear?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
To come out now, he's going to send it on PDC if you got that available.
9919.
19, clear to LaGuardia.
Check 1 2, 1 2 3.
I got you.
Transition.
Okay.
Oh, we already got the flight instruments or check.
126.6, squawk 7265.
So that's good. That's our...
Alright, so what we can do is we can go in and taxi out to the flight line and do the rest. Okay? So that needs to stay, that'll automatically come on. It actually needs to stay on altitude now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to leave that on altitude. Okay.
Oh, okay. Flight instrument checks, communication navigates are good. Fuel pump switch is as required, so it's auto. So we're good.
And we're going to test that in a minute.
Greensboro ground, Liberty 648 X-ray Lima.
Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, Greensboro.
Greensboro ground, yes, Liberty 648 X-ray Lima. We're Liberty XL2 at the MRO. We'd like to be VFR Blues Creek at 3000. We've got hotel.
Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, maintain VFR at or below 3000 until advised. Departure 124.35 and squawk 5226.
3000.
VFR at or below 3000 till advised 124.35 for departure and 5226 in the box for Liberty 648 X-ray Lima.
Liberty 8 X-ray Lima, read back correct.
And let them know we're ready to taxi from the MRO.
And Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, we're a taxi from the MRO.
Liberty 8 X-ray Lima, 23 right, taxi Delta Hotel.
Delta Hotel, 23 right, Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, thanks.
Okay, my dear, do you know where we're going?
Yep. Delta.
Okay.
Signs right there too, and then it's a hotel.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Ready?
Very good.
Parking brakes off. Greensboro ground, Greensboro Tower, Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, holding short 23 right, ready for departure.
Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff, runway heading.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff 23 right. Liberty 648XL Lima.
Okay, runway heading is in there. Let's come on out. Let's make sure nobody is coming at us.
Noise on the approaching. No.
You're going to line up with that center line.
High runway.
And I want you to tell me if you see a big 2-3 right. And we're going to verify that we're on the right runway.
217's all I got. Who was that? This is Greensboro Tower.
And there's no wind. There's very little wind, so we don't have to worry about that. You're going to line up on that center line. Okay. I want your heels on the floor now.
Whiskey 99,
Okay. I want you to gently give me full center line, nice and gentle with that throttle. Quit doing that with your feet. Bring her to the center line. Center line. It's going to hold right rudder. All right, wide open throttle light looks good. Let me know when we're at 60 and we're going to rotate.
55, 60.
Okay, bring her up, hold her right there. Beautiful, hold her right there. I'm just fixing your trim.
All right.
Hold her right there, good. Nice and gentle on that stick, hold her right there. Good, bringing her up to the horizon. Beautiful, keeping that right rudder in there. Whenever you've got a large power setting in there, but you're slow, the torque of the engine requires a lot of right rudder.
Or 338 rather.
Another P factor?
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Climbing at 70, tweaking the flaps up, moving the flaps up. Now you're going to lower your nose to 80. And that's your best way to climb. There you go. Hold it right there. Beautiful. Just hold that right rudder. You don't need to be playing with your rudders. Just keep that right rudder in there, okay?
Yep. He said 2435. I don't know if that was for us.
Was that for 8 X-ray Lima? One hand. One hand.
Number 6 Golf Bravo, your read back is correct.
Oh, he's giving the clearance.
Okay, and you're going to make a right turn when you get on the floor. I want you to look outside and say, oh no.
Turn right heading 320 and contact departure.
320 departure, Liberty 648XL Lima. Good day.
Okay, you're going to make a right turn now.
320. Right.
Look outside, stay clear right.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, it's a little bumpy.
hold on the nose on the horizon. Okay, so you're going to say Greensboro departure, Liberty 648XL Lima is with you, 320 on the heading, out of 1600 for 3. Nice and gentle, nice and gentle.
Liberty 648XL Lima out of 1,700 for 3, heading 320.
Number 648XL Lima, Greensboro departure radar, contact, climb your V5, pass at altitude.
Texas, we're going to go up to 3,500.
3,500 please for 648XL Lima.
Okay.
Climb your V5, pass at altitude.
All right, just stay where you are, and we're going to stay on this heading and climb up to 3,500. All right, looking good. Just holding that right rudder in there, whatever it takes to keep the ball in the center. Told you it was a little bumpy. Don't play with this rudder so much. Don't do that. You don't need to do that.
It's kind of
Don't do that.
I'm not
Okay.
trying to.
Okay.
So it's doing the same, the rudder was doing the same thing in this lesson as it was in the last, where the rudder, it was saying it was coordinated on my end, the ball was saying it was coordinated, but in all reality it wasn't coordinated, basically. And so I was playing with the rudder, trying to get it as coordinated as it could, but it wasn't doing what it was saying it was. And I'm not experienced enough to have felt that, so. And as you can see right here, I had a tight grip pretty much, and you can see the takeoff roll. I looked down slightly once, and you could definitely see me holding it pretty hard, so. Gotta work on that, yeah.
Clear left. Look outside. Now remember, you lose a little bit of lift when you make a turn. So you have to add a little bit of back pressure. Okay, I want you to look outside though. I don't want you to look in here.
Okay.
There you go. If the nose stays the same place on the horizon, you're not climbing or descending.
with your 11000.
You'll also notice, due to bad habit with flight simulation, I'm constantly heads down. I'll look outside, then I'll go straight back into the your cockpit and just forget about looking outside and keep looking at the instruments, which is not a good practice, especially since I'm VFR and I'm not IFR, obviously. Gotta learn the basics first, yeah, so that's the problem. Fixing that, and that's what's going on. But you'll see that a lot during the rest of the video. So right here we're doing our standard rate turns, and we just did standard rate turns. We were planning on steep turns and possibly turns around a point, but then we kind of realized I needed to work on my turns a little bit more, especially during the turbulence and such. And so we scratched the rest of the plans with the standard, with the more than standard rate, and just continue on standard rate and just general basic force and such.
Alright, now we're going to bring it back again, and you can continue your turn, holding 3,500. So you just keep the nose the same place on the horizon. Don't let her drop. There you go. Holding her. Now feel her dropping just a hair, just a little bit of back pressure right there. Right there. There you go. That's just compensating for that lift you're losing.
Right.
327.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. Coming all the way around.
More, I need to stop looking inside. Now it's magic. As soon as I start looking outside more, I get...
No, we want you to look outside. Yeah, you're used to flying simulator. Yeah. I want you to look outside.
3,600.
Greensboro approach, 9166 Whiskey Tango requesting lower.
116 Whiskey Tango. So you got turn right heading 1,
Then you're going to roll out on pilot now.
and descend to maintain 3,000.
Lot 190 down to 3,000, 6 Whiskey Tango.
166 Whiskey Tango, there's traffic.
If you ever get in trouble and you fly into low visibility conditions or a cloud, you need to turn around. I want you to do a 180-degree turn, but standard rate. Okay? So you can roll out on pilot now, not there. Just roll out.
Traffic on the right side.
When you're ready, we're going to go to the right.
19-1,
Okay?
Standard rate again?
Yep, and look outside. I want you to say clear right.
Right.
Here we go. And just a little bit of rudder in the direction of the turn.
So yep, after a few clearing turns, or 1 or 2 clearing turns, we go into stalls. It's kind of funny. I wasn't keeping my eye on the airspeed, and or not stalls. Sorry, we're going to slow flight. I wasn't keeping my eyes on the airspeed and paying attention to it, and I let the speed go a little bit too far, and you'll hear the stall warning. It was just stall, which is always fantastic. And so at that point, she took control right away, and we did positive exchange of controls. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to that part. It's kind of embarrassing, but hopefully you guys learned something from this video, as that's part of the reason why I'm uploading these, for people to learn and see my progression from a student to a private pilot over the next year or so, year and a half or so. And they're on after that too. So yeah, here we go.
I want you to see what this feels like. When you're ready for your first notch of flaps, we're going to put them in, okay? Let me know when you're ready. Okay, here we go. First notch of flaps, this is 20 degrees of flap. Alright, see how the nose came up? Because you've got that added lift. Let's lower the nose, my love, lower the nose, okay? We want to keep her level.
070, vector for sequence 75, Echo.
You got a stall warning. Oh. Yeah, I'm not used to
Okay?
that.
Alright, let go for a minute. Let me see how she's trimmed out. She's not trimmed out very well. Alright, let me have it. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you.
Alright, yeah, that'd be better.
And we got to listen to him. We're going to turn around here.
Four Papa Fox, we're just going up to Hanging Rock area back to Greensboro.
We're going to look for Bill.
Greensboro approach, Skyhawk 53587 with a...
So yep, she explains that basically about the ball. She talks about the ball a little bit, and then we start heading back to the airport soon. So I'll kind of start skipping to that, and yeah. But man, I really love this audio. It's working really well, and I don't have to edit anything because the speed's off or anything. Nope, none of that. It all fits perfectly, and it sounds nice and clear and concise. And it was cheap, only took about $60, $65 to get all this. And I'll link the video in the description that I made explaining how it works, and you did exactly what I said in the video, and yeah, it works. So there you go.
To slow down. So pitch is airspeed, power is altitude.
Yep.
Don't get too, I don't know what we're doing with this power here, so hold that right there. Okay. Just gentle corrections, okay? There you go. Hold what you got there.
More gauge, and then we're going to get more airspeed too. And
But now you're going to get out of the wide arc, so let's bring it back just a little bit. See, fine.
Okay.
You're doing fine. And Greensboro approach 7648XL, then we're ready to turn inbound full stop.
And who was that called?
Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, ready to turn inbound full stop.
Liberty 648 X-ray, the green approach, goes up in the 3.33, roger. That is 140, vector 22 right.
140 for 23 right, thanks, 7 X-ray Lima. 140 on the heading.
N648XL, maintain VFR at 3,500 for traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles in your area, 2,600 as a Aztec.
Yep, don't be afraid to look outside.
Alright, we're looking for him and maintain VFR at 3,500 for now. 648XL. Yeah, I'm looking for him.
And 140 on the heading, right? 140 on the heading.
What's your course heading to Huckman?
And Greensboro, Liberty 648XL Lima has the field in sight.
Liberty 648XL Lima, roger, you can proceed direct Greensboro now, thank you.
Got Greensboro 8XL Lima, okay.
Yep.
So 22387, how long are you going to need on station?
About 30 seconds.
Alright, as soon as this aircraft that's behind you gets
Check the numbers
past
check
you,
the
I'll
airport.
See those two little water towers? Just head for those little water tanks.
5 minutes, partial radar, 6 terminal, squawk 120, change flights approved, have a good day.
4 Papa Fox, catch you later.
Piedmont 4879, descend to maintain 9,000.
9,000, Piedmont 4879.
So there really isn't any wind back here. We're going like 112, and that's about 115, so they're pretty much the same.
Right.
And who is that calling?
You feel okay now? Feel better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Okay.
I feel like I'm holding it out a lot better now. Yes, I feel it now.
Departure, maintain VFR course to Lexington.
Alright, we're going to climb up to 4,500, direct Lexington.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, 8 miles.
You can see here that we start getting a little bit better, and so I'm starting to hold the altitude better. I mean, I can do it straight level, but I just need to work on my turns a little bit more. It's not that bad, but yep, there's my instructor Make just complimenting me on there. VSI is at 0, altitude's right on the dot, 3,500, 3033 in the altimeter. Everything's doing what it should be. Got a nice 110 knots, it looks like, about 100 to 110. And we're just talking about how we're going to do turns around the point here next time, for the next lesson, hopefully, if we get to it. So, yeah, right now we're about coming back to the airport. We're on a right base, pretty much, right now, for 2-3 right. Those greens were off to the right. There's me pointing out. So, that's what we're doing, and, yeah, get close to the airport.
Lower, but this is what we're assigned right now.
Okay. If he says proceed direct to
Greensboro, approach level speed 5063 is 11 on 1,000.
do we like direct it, or like do we enter like a right base even though he didn't tell us?
56 Greensboro,
This base is fine right here. You could go more direct if you wanted to, but I want you to learn to fly a pattern.
Right.
So we're going to enter like a pattern, but you could go more direct to it, absolutely.
Alright.
But he was giving us vectors before, so he said you could just go direct to the airport now.
Okay.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
I just did, like, I don't know if we can direct the airport.
Ask if that was for 8X-ray Lima.
Was that for 648 Lima?
Terminal 8X Lima, Tower 19-1, right base 2-3 right.
Tower 19-1, right base 2-3 right, Liberty X-ray Lima, good day.
Okay, what are you going to say?
Tower base 648 Lima on a right base, running 2-3 right.
Love it. Okay, go for it.
75 Echo Echo, turn to left heading 180.
Left heading 180, 75 Echo Echo, yep.
316 go.
500 feet a minute. We're going to bring the power back. Lower that nose a little bit. 500 feet a minute, nice and gentle. There you go.
Greensboro Tower Liberty 648 Lima on a right base 2-3 right.
Liberty 648 X-ray Lima, Greensboro Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 2-3 right, Liberty 648 Lima.
Okay, 500 feet a minute on the descent, looking good. We're going to bring back to 20.
So right here you can see, you've probably heard it a few times, talking about the FADEC, which stands for Full Authority Digital Engine Control, FADEC. Effectively what it is, so there's only, in this aircraft it's the Liberty XL2, you don't have a mixture control like most aircraft do, like the Cessna 172 or the 150, 152, etc., etc. Because the FADEC handles that for you, deals with all that for you. which is really nice. It's basically the same thing. It's kind of what like really advanced jets use and stuff. The computer manages it and the fuel flow and all that good stuff. So we don't have to worry about the mixture in this plane. So for gumps, it's really just gear. So gas, undercarriage, mixture, power, and seatbelt. So gas. I mean, sorry, we got plenty of it, and the engine's working. Undercarriage, gears are already down. It's fixed. We're just fixed landing gear. Mixture, FedEx got that. Power, yeah, we got that. Seatbelts, yep, we got that. So that's our before landing checklist.
Let me feel what the trim feels like. Let go.
Good. Your controls.
Yeah. That's better.
Right.
You've got the flight controls. You've got the flight controls. And now I'm just on them with you gently if I need to be, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, so the center line is between your legs.
Yep.
The gear is down. The mixture, the FedEx got it. Boost pump is on auto. Looking good. Keep the attitude of that nose down. Okay, I'm going to add a little power for you. On glide path, looking
We're not
good.
at 30 degrees yet.
Okay. Alright, you want full flaps? Here we go.
Are we going to?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
We're starting to get out of the white arc a little bit, but this will be.
Okay. There we go, looking good.
Runway is made.
Yep, runway's made, so all our flaps are in. Alright, keep the nose down. Keep the nose down. I'm going to bring your power off.
Okay, that's
Now you're going to come on down to garage door height. Let her settle. You're not there yet. This is garage door height.
Okay.
Keep her on the center line.
Yep.
Hold her.
Yep.
Now relax your hand. Relax it. Relax your hand.
Yep.
Now slowly pull back. Keep pulling back. A little rough. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
That's all right. What happened was leveled off too high.
Oh.
Okay, level off. So I recommend you.
X-ray Lima, we'll stay parking.
MRO.
Number 8 X-ray Lima, continue down the runway, turn left on Hotel 2, then taxi to the MRO via Delta, monitor ground point 9.
L2 and taxi via Delta to the MRO, monitor ground point 9, or Liberty 648XL Lima.
Okay, so you've got the flight controls.
That's my control.
We're not going to touch this till we get off. Nice and slow. You got to be a little more gentle on the flight controls.
Alright.
And so you can see how bad that landing was. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It didn't bend the aircraft or anything, but it's not something you want. My first landing was better than that, and that's kind of a statement. I don't know. You got good days and you got bad days, you know. So I mean, I can't really complain that much. And I seen bummed afterwards, and I kind of was. I mean, I wasn't turning well. I wasn't doing the turns as well I was even in the first lesson. It was kind of bumpy, but not that one bumpy. And then the landing wasn't great. And I was gripping. What it is I'm gripping the controls too hard. I'm grabbing them too hard, and it's a bad habit, and I'm gonna have to get used to using just 2 fingers, and which I did really well on the first lesson. I kept reminding myself mentally, hey, let off the fingers, or let off the controls, just 2 fingers. And that's what I did the whole time, and during the landing too. So that's why I did so well. Maybe I had 3 fingers or 4. Like had my middle finger, my ring finger, my left hand touching it, but just for a little bit of grip. I'm not grabbing onto the controls. And so she was trying to correct me a little bit slightly on the landing there, and she couldn't, which is because I was just gripping it so hard. That's when she that's one of the reasons why she was saying relax controls. And yeah, so we transitioned into the flare a little bit too early, and yeah, the ground effect is another thing. The ground effect, we hit the ground effect and basically the flare at the same time, which made us float. And then we kind of just held it a little bit too high, because I'm still not used to like what it looks like outside when you're on a short final or when you're on the ground. I'm not completely used to it yet, so. But I did get a lot better at taxiing. That's one thing I do remember from today, is that I got a lot better, yesterday, sorry, now it is. I got a lot better at taxiing, and I mean, that's, how are you going to fly if you don't know how to taxi, right? So, all the taxiing today was me, besides when we were in the ramp area, so. Yeah, but that's it. And it was really busy too. The air traffic controllers. So Saturday at midday, Saturday about 12:30ish, and I mean, so of course this is going to be really, really busy, and that's exactly what it was. It was crazy busy. At least kind of for Greensboro. It wasn't too busy, but the air traffic controllers were talking a lot, and it's kind of hard to understand because this is a PNR headset. I mean, I can still understand them, right? But I'm not used to like the kind of grindy almost sound that comes with the VH or MH megahertz or whatever frequency it is, or just with radio in general. I'm not used to that, so gotta get used to that. I mean, I can understand people, but yeah, that's a pretty big pump right there. So, other than that, I think that was a pretty good lesson, and we were talking about how I probably shouldn't use the video, but I think I can salvage that, you know? I mean, I promised a video, and I want to show my lessons or and everything in between me and getting my private pilot's license and my solo and everything like that, and all, and then afterwards with the excitement, the adventure, and the joy of it, and that's what I want to do, and I can't do that if I leave a lesson out. Yeah, so that's yeah, that's kind of the point. So flight's over, and going to park up. Of course, it comes to the end again, so I'm going to say this again. Thank you to flytaa.com. That's their website. It's Triad Aviation Academy, located at Greensboro, North Carolina, at the Piedmont Triad International Airport. So it's great, and I can't wait for my next lesson, which is about 2 weeks, and then after that it's in 3 weeks, and then after that it's every 2 weeks, and then 1 week to hopefully get my solo on my birthday, or the weekend after, which is April 28th. So excited, and here we go. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Greensboro Aviator, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Is A&R a lot better than PNR? Yeah.
There you go. Alright, so just read the check. Are you going to take the key and put it up here?
Okay. So after landing flaps, we didn't set the trim to take off, I realized, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Shut down avionics master is off. Ignition keys off. FADEC A and B. All lights, which is electrical switches, master switches off.